The search for the QB1 continues, or maybe it's not even happening. We don't even know. We literally don't know if they care right now. Maybe they're just like, hey, you know what? It's Tyrod. All of this speculation in the media, all this speculation on in the forums is all for naught because maybe they're not searching. But until they tell us, we are saying names. We are saying names high. We saying names low, and some names just got to go. So right now, Boy Green and James Wudi are going to tell you the 5 worst. Take his 5, take my 5. Right together, that's 10. Maybe it's 8. I actually don't think there'll be crossover this time around. Who knows? All right, 10 names to avoid right here, right now. Boy Green meets Wudi.
Can you guys help us get a jet chant here? Yeah, going.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Come on in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go! J-E-T-S, jet, let's go! J-E-T-S, jet, let's go! There you go, Woody!
Third Party Thursday.
Chris joining us here on the program with a capital P here on the program.
Jake Asman, come on down. How you doing, good sir?
Wow, what an intro. I mean, Boy Green is known for having the intro, but Wudi, that was unreal, man. Thanks for the kind words, son.
We are men of many names.
My favorite Austrian Jets fan right there, baby.
Boy Green.
It's Wudi. Welcome to another episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. It is your boy James Wudi. We are indeed Wudi, rocking everywhere. And next to me is the boy who became king, Mr. Paul Esden Jr., Boy Green himself, looking dapper as always. And we got a special episode. Because I've just been hearing too many names. I texted Boy Green in the wee hours of the night. I said, Boy Green, I knew we were supposed to be talking about something. But you know what? There's something I got to get off my chest. All right. There are some names that I don't think we should be lobbying for to be the quarterback of the New York Jets. And he obliged. So thank you, Boy Green. How you doing today?
I'm doing as well as you can be. Again, I talked about it before the start of the show. We're in a state of emergency now from in between Boy Green Daily and Boy Green Meets Wudi. That is the update we got from the mayor and police department. So, oh boy. So we're all sheltered in here with 3 feet of snow outside and more snow coming. But thankfully the Wi-Fi is working. God bless. And I am ready. And yes, I did oblige. There was a lot of obliging going on. I don't oblige to some of these names that some people are throwing out in the social media streets about who could be the next QB1 for the NYJ, which means we gotta cut. I don't know where the props are, but we're gonna have to trim a little off the top, baby. That's for dang sure. So we're gonna have to clip some hedges, so to speak. There we go. Clip, a little off the top. Clip, a little more perhaps. Oh, do we want to do a beard combo too? Clip. So we're gonna have to get some of that action going on here on the show. But yeah, it's always an interesting offseason when the Jets are searching for a quarterback. And so a quarterback search once again commences, and this isn't our first rodeo.
No, unfortunately, it's too many rodeos. I don't know if there is a team performing more rodeos in the last 10 years than the New York Jets. It's super embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's possible that the QB of the future isn't even found this year, right? There some stopgap options that we talked about. I personally I am hoping that they can be found this year, whether that is Will Howard, the Jackson Dart they keep bringing up, even go to your boy. I actually don't even know if he's your boy. I might have made that up. Kyle McCord.
He is my boy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Like that. Those are options. I just want to see somebody developed the right way. Right. Jalen Hurts, the QB that won just now. He was not a top 10 pick. He was somebody. Carson Wentz was there, right? It was kind of a confusing pick when he was picked, but now he's been to the Super Bowl twice, just won this one. So I just want to see the Jets try their hand at trying something a little different. We've tried the top 5 pick, we tried the Hall of Famer. Now let's try to see if we can get, develop somebody with the staff who, Aaron Glenn, he's a coach. That answer is sticking with me probably until the end of time, right? Defensive offenses, I'm just a coach.
I love that quote. That quote is great. And, it's hard to find the guy that should be the number 1 quarterback for the Jets. But I think we can help the Jets by giving them a list of names to avoid. That should narrow the field in theory. Okay, it's not any of these guys. It's someone not named these guys. So without further ado, Wudi, is it me or you going, batter first here in the lineup?
I will let you go first. Just special shout out to Sharon. Because normally the comments, always showing love, but damn, Sharon, hit me in the heartstrings. Hopefully we can still be friends after this episode, because I feel like I've got some things to say about certain people, and I don't know how, I don't know which quarterbacks everyone's a fan of, but there are certain quarterbacks that they might get roasted today.
There you go. And Sharon also with Kyle McCord from the clan McCord. Get Gadsden, too. Yeah, there's a lot of Syracuse boys in this draft. LaQuint Allen at running back, I love a lot, too. You got Fadil Diggs, who's a pass rusher. Yeah, they got a lot of guys all over the place. So I'm excited for Syracuse themselves, all the NFL Combine representatives, but also for the Jets to dip into some of those Syracuse waters. Oh, my. I was getting a little emotional getting through here on the show, but thank you. Quick water break. I do have a little bit left in the bottle. I'll take full advantage of that in due time. But let's go. We're going to work 5-1 here on the list against the top 5 quarterbacks the Jets should absolutely avoid as Aaron Rodgers replacement options. We'll
Number
start
5.
With, normally I love a good sequel here, Wudi. I love a good sequel. I love to see a reunion story. But at number 5, I just have to say right off the top, this is one reunion that I hope gets canceled. No, thank you. I do not want to see it. Joe Flacco, keep your old ass wherever the hell you are. No Joe Flacco. I've heard a few people say, boy, if Joe Flacco was on this Jets team or that Jets team, they would have won this many games. I just feel like people forget the Joe Flacco experience. Again, he has the mobility of a parked car, for God's sake. I want Joe Flacco nowhere near the New York Jets. It's time to get young. It's time to get fresh. It's time to get mobile, for God's sakes. And that is, everything I just described is the complete opposite of Joe Flacco. So I've heard a few whispers out there in the social media streets. I don't know why, but the Flacco-sance can happen somewhere else as far as I'm concerned. No friggin' thank you.
I disagree with one point that I don't think the Jets need to get younger. I'm hoping they get an old man to tutor the young boy. I do hope that. But Tyrod's already there, and Tyrod's
that's
old.
true. Yeah.
Right? So, but specifically Joe Flacco, I couldn't agree more. Holy old man Flacco. I never wanted him any of the times he was a Jet.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Never.
Stints. Yeah.
Yes. And that during that second stint was when people would say, "Oh my God, he leading the league in passing yards."
Yes.
Right. Oh, Joe, let's go, Joe. I said, "Hey, do you realize the man is throwing it 60 times again?" Like, it was unreal what was happening. The usage, it was disgusting. It literally made me vomit from Sunday to Sunday. I don't want anything to do with Joe Flacco. I do think he obviously still has some arm left in him, but that is, all he has. Like you said, no mobility whatsoever, no ceiling. There's nothing. He just, can, have a few, couple games of splash, but that's not what we need this season.
Heck no. Damn straight. All right, Woody, it's time for your
Number 5.
I haven't seen this name too much in social media, but if for some reason he is considered, I believe Fox put him as the number 5 QB in all of free agency.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I don't even know what they smoking in at Fox. Mac Jones. What is that? Mac Jones. I think he is terrible.
Okay.
I was not a fan of him coming out of college.
Wow.
He came into the Patriot way and looked like, right? People were like, oh, is he a successor of Brady? Blah, blah. Right, made the Pro Bowl that year, but that doesn't really mean too much. He was like the fifth alternate, just like how Drake May, right? It's actually got
that's right.
full circle there. But he was the product of, right, like it was the direct year after Brady, right? So a lot of the things that were still in place for his time, was in place for Mac. As soon as those things started falling off, he fell off a cliff. He is just simply not good, even though we did make him look like Joe Montana when we faced him.
That's true.
But I am good on Mac Jones.
Yeah, we might get to Mac Jones a little bit later on my list. More on that perhaps a little bit later. But let's go to
Number 4.
Daniel Jones, man. And Woody, our father, has been pounding the Daniel Jones train. And you may have missed this episode by the look on your face. Hop on Pop has said there are 3 viable quarterbacks in Minnesota that the Jets should pursue, whether that's J.J. McCarthy, Sam Darnold, or Daniel Jones. And he thinks that he could be this bargain free agent that the Jets get, and that there are tangible, juicy stuff there at Daniel Jones that can be unlocked in certain ways. Again, I hate to speak for my father, but I just have to say, absolutely not. We've seen him in this market. He was god awful. It was perfect. I got to see him up. It's like going to a zoo. I got to see an animal up close and personal, but they were protected behind a glass wall, so I didn't get any closer than I needed to be. Daniel Jones has 47 interceptions in his career, for goodness sake. Let me throw this one at you here, Woody, because I think this is always interesting. How many times do you think Daniel Jones has fumbled in his career? He's been in the league for 6 years. How many times do you think he's fumbled in his career?
That's a great question. He's also missed a lot of time with injury. I was going to say 10 times a year, like a solid 60. I'll probably still say that.
50 fumbles. 50.
There you go. Yeah.
Now, our father would say, well, he's gotten better, because in his first 2 seasons, he fumbled 29 times in his first 2 seasons. So 29 of the 50 came in the first 2 years, and he's been able to reduce those numbers over the last couple. But the fact of the matter is, Daniel Jones, I think part of it is this market. He obviously showed that he can't thrive in this market, which I think is an important piece to the puzzle. If you're going to come in and compete / end up being QB1, he's a turnover monster. And then even in the one season that he was a controlled beast for Brian Dable, where he had the 15 touchdowns to 5 picks, and that was his lowest interception rate of his career. That was a 1.1% interception rate, 67% completion percentage, solid numbers, and he had a very good rushing season. It proved to be an outlier. The rest of his career tells you the true story of Daniel Jones. So I want no part of him. It's been floated out there by my father, and I've seen a few other people saying, he ran into the Sean McVay at a coffee shop, Kevin O'Connell. Hey, that means all of a sudden new powers have been bestowed upon him. No, they haven't. Daniel Jones sucks.
Wholeheartedly agree. And you definitely going to be hearing about Daniel Jones later on this show.
Oh boy.
No, we already there's already some crossover between the Joneses.
That's for sure.
Yes. Hit me with it.
Number 4.
This is definitely unpopular. If you know James Wudi long enough, there's going to be some unpopular choices on the list, whether we're talking positive or negative. But okay. Hey, it is what it is. It has nothing to do with the the person. I'm a big fan of his father. As a matter of fact, fun fact, James Wudi trivia. The only non-Jet jersey I had as a kid growing up was there are actually two of them, two different Deion Sanders jerseys. Prime time. All right, big fan of prime time. Does that mean that I think the New York Jets should trade up and try to draft Shador? Nah, I'm good. That is number 4 on my list. I think that would be a mistake. What I realized looking at this team, the roster now, is that Joe Douglas, we had so many 1-year deals. We actually kind of have a lot of holes. Like we have like franchise players, Garrett, Sauce, Quinnen, Breeze. I would like to hope can be on the team a long time. But then there's a lot of holes, and I just think giving up a lot of picks for Shador. And I know I had Cam on my other list, so this kind of sounds hypocritical. But with Shador in New York, I mean, Deion has already said he didn't want his son playing here, right? So now we kind of having to convince somebody to want to play in New York. And then, of course, the New York media, and I know he already gets it because he's Deion's son and, all the, stuff he gets at Colorado.
For sure.
Whenever he has a loss or anything like that, I still don't think that is close to what will happen in New York with, the scrutiny.
That's true.
So I would just like to avoid all of that, all the circus, all the, for somebody who already has said they have no interest in coming to New York to try to convince them and then put them under the microscope and have a potentially third failed top 5 QB. No, please, let's avoid that. Keep our picks where they're at.
Let me ask you, do you fear that this would be big baller brand, that Deion Sanders would be LeVar Ball dad involved with his son and all the extra hoopla that'd be involved? Is that at all a factor?
No, because he's a coach, right? He would be coaching, right? He's going to be gone. And he played with Aaron Glenn. I think Aaron Glenn, depending on who we hired at coach, like I felt like there was no shot, right, that they would allow Shador to come here. But I think Aaron Glenn opens up that door. That's somebody who Deion respects as a peer. They are both all-pro cornerbacks. So I think that door has been opened. But I don't think Deion, would be a factor. He's coaching, he's doing his thing, he's trying to let his son shine.
Shador, okay, that's a name I don't have on the list, but I like it. Very, very spicy. Okay, let's go to
number 3.
Let's go from deep. Let's go perimeter shot here. Let's go 3. This is a guy that sort of has been out of the spotlight because he transitioned to backup quarterback this season. And some people may not even know where he was backup quarterback. We didn't see him this year, but he was hidden in the shadows. But this was a very popular starter name for the Jets a handful of years ago, Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay. I think we have enough glass in the house with Tyrod Taylor. I don't need any more. I have my investment of glass stock with Tyrod Taylor. I need absolutely no more. Jimmy Garoppolo, that handsome bastard, can keep his ass out there on the West Coast. He's the backup, or was this past season, for Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams. I don't want any part of Jimmy. I saw Jimmy on the Raiders, and God, was that awful. I thought that was going to – I didn't think it was going to be great, but I didn't think it was going to be an epic disaster. And it was god-awful. I mean, just an absolute disaster. And the Raiders immediately got out of that horrific contract they signed him to. And I think Jimmy Garoppolo, while he may be popular among the ladies in New York, that's for sure, but that's not my goal here, is getting popularity among the female fans, which we adore, all of the male, female, and everything in between fans for Boy Green Meets Woody. God bless. But yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo I want no part of. A system quarterback that gets injured all the friggin' time, and when things aren't ideal around him, he collapses. So, and I'm not sure even how he would vibe with Tanner Engstrand coming in either. So there's just too much unknown that I just rather not. There are other doors I'd prefer to pursue than opening the Jimmy Garoppolo one. So that time was in the Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers offseason. People said, "Ooh, Jimmy, no thank you. No thank you then, especially no thank you now."
Wholeheartedly agree. I mean, Jimmy is a bum. I've never thought he was a good quarterback ever. Kyle Shanahan dragged him to the Super Bowl. I actually felt like that was one of Kyle's greatest achievements was dragging him out there. But I guess one of his biggest failures was giving him that contract because that kind of messed things up until, they were able to find, Purdy. I guess, he also messed up with Trey Lance. So, he has a spotted track record. But, yeah, Jimmy G, certified bum.
By the way, Scott Foster saying Woody's looking damn patriotic today. I wanted to stand up in the middle of the show, take my hat off, and do the Pledge of Allegiance for, James Brown, living in America, which was happening here. God bless, but tip your waiters, salute your service, and God bless the USA. Yeah.
Yes. Proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who allowed me to present number
3.
This is a player who I'm actually a fan of.
Interesting.
I don't want him to be a Jet. I don't think it would work out to be a Jet, but I'm a fan of. I've rooted for him. Somebody the other day reached out to me and said, "Oh, you think we should give up a first for him?" And at that time, I was like, "Oh, yeah, first round, first round."
Oh boy!
I was like, I don't know. I was thinking about it. Then I've been seeing now other places. Now I've seen it on social media. People saying, "Oh, like let's trade for this guy." Like I said, I like him. And let me say this very clearly, so that's not misunderstood.
Okay.
I think he is a top 10 talent at his position in the NFL, but he doesn't have top 10 production, right? So when you look at production, a guy like Dak Prescott would probably get rated over this guy. But I'm talking about, can he throw? Can he run? Can he do this? Can he do that? Kyler Murray is an extremely talented quarterback. And, we don't know what's going on in Arizona, right? They might want to dump off his contract. He wouldn't be he wouldn't cost as much as Dak or Trevor Lawrence, pick wise or contract wise, but that's still a huge contract. So that's the thing. Because now you're giving up a first round pick. It's a big contract. You're already paying Aaron $35 million next year. So I feel like to pick up that contract, you need to have somebody who for a fact is going to produce at a certain level, barring injury. And that's why I was okay with doing it for Matthew Stafford when we did the other list. Because I know he is only here to win games. Like, that's the only thing that matters for his legacy. I know about that. Kyler, I don't know. Like, he's had some weapons this past year. Marvin Harrison Jr., I thought he was going to be a steal in fantasy, and instead they stole something from me. Trey McBride, one of the best tight ends in all of football, right? He was a 5-star prospect, all that. He is an Arizona Cardinal. Bro, they waited the last game to get this man a simple touchdown. It's just a one touchdown. Kyler, for all that he can do, he's an elite rusher. All right, one of the absolute best. You guys talk about Justin Fields. Fields is nothing compared to Kyler Murray as a rusher, pretty much as anything. Kyler, huge arm, accurate thrower. What he struggles with, in my opinion, they make fun of his height. I'm really not trying to make fun of his height, but he does struggle, right? There are arm angles that he just cannot make those throws because of his size. That is correct. And leadership, that's been a question, his whole career. So given what Aaron Glenn is trying to build, I just don't think it is a fit worth spending $40 million, a first round pick, right? If he was just a free, if you can sign him to one of these crazy deals, of course, but it's not worth giving up all you would have to give up to get Kyler, who I don't think would fit what the Jets are trying to accomplish moving forward.
By the way, quick follow-up on Kyler. You're telling me that you wouldn't like hearing this in a future Jets press conference when a media member asks Kyler, hey, Garrett Wilson hasn't been getting the ball recently, and he replies, that's not my job, which is what he said about Marvin Harrison Jr. In the preseason season early in the year. They were asked about Marvin Harrison Jr.'s lack of involvement, and he said, that's not my job. Oof. I mean, I don't know how Garrett would feel about those comments. So video game jokes aside that we could make on Kyler Murray, fascinating. By the way, before we move forward, Brian Glick, a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club, there's no need to hate on Jimmy G. When healthy, he's a winner. Low blow. Okay. I just want to do another discount double check on old Jimmy G. And you know what? It's important, Wudi, in this job to admit when we're wrong. You know, it's important.
It is.
When healthy, he's a winner. In 2019, he was healthy, went to the Super Bowl. Okay. Yeah. Now, let me look at the other season he was healthy. Okay. Let me look at the others. Okay. But then there was. Oh, wait. That was the only season he was healthy. Here are the games played. And I understand Jimmy Garoppolo was a backup at the beginning of his career. Tough crap, pal. So he played 6 games, 5 games, 6 games, 6 games, 3 games, 16. They went to the Super Bowl. 6, 15, 11, 7, 1. Those are the games played for Jimmy Garoppolo. Hell, he's only played double-digit games 3 times in his career. And what is the best ability, Wudi? It is
availability.
You're damn straight. So Brian Glick, I don't apologize that I was wrong. Yeah, when he's healthy, he ain't never healthy. That's an important quality for the quarterback position. We've been talking about that with Tyrod. Can he stay healthy? Zoink, Scoob, I don't know. So come on, man. Come on now. Jimmy Garoppolo. Good Lord have mercy. Anywho, next.
Number 2.
Number 2 in your hearts. Number 2 on your program. Number 2 on the field. Drew Lock.
Oh.
No, for the love of... When the Giants signed this guy, I went, huh? What? Who? He had almost as many interceptions he has touchdowns last season. He got upended by my boy, Tommy DeVito, which, by the way, I've got an autographed football right here from Tommy DeVito. You notice I don't have an autographed football here from Drew Lock. There you go, Tommy DeVito, back in college. Appreciate it. That's my Giants quarterback 1, but that's neither here nor there. Drew Lock. Get the hell out of here. This guy freaking sucks. People keep selling me upside. Upside of what? This guy has 34 touchdowns and 28 picks in his career. He was awful for the Giants last year, a 59% completion percentage. He was 1-4 as a starter if you're a quarterback win stat kind of guy, and he just looked awful. And Brian Daboll is a really good offensive mind, and they had Malik Neighbors, they had Tyrone Tracy, they had some pieces, and it didn't matter. Drew Lock still stunk. So don't sell me an upside. Don't say, hey, Paul, this is a low-risk, high-reward kind of move. It's a high risk, zero reward kind of move. I have zero interest in Drew Lock. So please stop that nonsense I'm seeing on social media. Absolutely ridiculous. No chance in hell. Maybe it's just a Giants quarterback thing I'm noticing on this list, but I don't know. But Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, absolutely not. No.
Yeah, I've never even heard anybody saying Drew Lock.
Well, let's keep it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. That is that's hell no to Drew Lock. There is no question about that. Just to give my piece on the Jimmy G
sure.
callback.
Yeah.
Because it was me, right? I was the one that said he was trash. I used that word.
Apparently, yeah, that's what Brian Glick said. Trash.
Yeah, he actually throughout his 49ers tenure, I'll never forget. They put up the stat that he led the league in, or I guess I don't know who deserves this stat, whether it's him or the 49ers, but wins with throwing zero touchdowns.
Wow.
They still win the game, which was what I like to call the Zach Wilson special, right? We keep seeing that post, Zach Wilson, the only QB to beat the Eagles in the
The
AFC
last 2
year.
years. Yeah.
How many touchdowns he throw in that game, Boy Green?
1, maybe?
0. He threw 0. He didn't throw a damn thing. That's what I'm saying. Stop trying to give the quarterback too much credit. That game against the Eagles, the Jets have 4 turnovers. That is what created that win. All right, playing for the Patriots, their defense, their coaching created that win. Those wins. Kyle Shanahan, you've already seen him plug and play QB after QB after QB. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, special about Jimmy Garoppolo, and that's me calling him trash.
Okay, beautiful. Let's go to
Number 2.
We're going from Giants QB to Giants QB, but I guess he's a Vikings QB now. Daniel Jones. I can't believe even one person has said Daniel Jones to me, but multiple people now apparently our father who are not hurt is not saying to Daniel Jones. No, for what? Boy Green, I don't even want to, because you already said pretty much everything there is to say.
Mm-hmm.
Turnover machine, like machine. Can run. He's a deceptively good runner. I will give you that
for sure.
Cannot read a defense pre-snap, post-snap. Can't really. He doesn't really make those easy throws, but he does have an arm, right? Not a huge, right? He's not throwing bombs, Josh Allen type bombs. But I have seen a whole bunch of 40-yard, 30-yard gains to Darius Slayton. So that's cute. Honestly, I feel like to an extent he'll kind of age like Joe Flacco. Maybe not age like Joe Flacco, but I mean like the next 5 years they would be the same player, which is kind of disrespect if you think about it. But you're gonna get 2 or 3 solid games at Daniel Jones. He's gonna make your guys look good, but not really. Like not over the course of a season. He is not a franchise quarterback at all. Never was, never has been. He was propped up that 1 year, which was an outlier year, and his stats were still not even that good. Daniel Jones, no, he shouldn't be starting for anybody.
Yeah, that's for sure. Let's go to
Number 1.
People have said that you guys forgot Mac Jones. Well, Woody already had him earlier on the list. And I was going through, and I had an initial top 5. And then I saw Mac Jones' name come across my desk, and I went, oh, he's number 1. He immediately rose to number 1. I'm going to make this as incredibly personal as I can. I hate Mac Jones. I hate his aura. I hate who he is as a person. I hate his family. I hate everything about Mac Jones. I hate his stupid gritty. I hate how in the Jacksonville game when he got a first down, he's doing a weird wiggle first down and doing these awkward dance moves like a dad from the 80s. Every part of Mac Jones I hate. I hate that he's a former New England Patriot. He just has a punchable face. I hate that he, tried to whack Sauce Gardner right in the kibbles and bits. A couple of years ago. I don't forget that. I never will. And I'm sure Sauce and his future children won't forget that either. Just all of it. Mac Jones just is so annoying. And to John Willow saying, I hate that he went 6-0 against the Jets. Again, we go back to quarterback win stat. We'll look at those stats for old Mac Jones during his New England Patriots days. Just Mac Jones is a quarterback that I would not, as a Jet fan, if they sign Mac Jones, he's a starting quarterback. Let's introduce number blah. He better not take Chad Pennington's number. Number blah, because I'm not going to say 10. Number whatever. Mac Jones, he's gritting into his fat white ass out there. I would die. A little part of me would die inside. It would never recover. Mac Jones is by far the number 1 quarterback I would just die to never see on the Jets football field at any point of his career at any time for the rest of my life. So Yo Holmes tell us how you really feel. He just disgusts me. I just hate Mac Jones. So I would rather see anyone else at quarterback on planet Earth. I'd rather see Tom Brady at quarterback for the Jets than Mac Jones. Just no. Come on, man.
Yeah, I would rather see Tom Brady too.
So Mac Jones, absolutely not. Punt to a different universe, man.
Yeah. Well, like we already said, he was on my list. He started off the list for me. So yeah, we ain't got nothing else to say about Mac Jones. Yours, yeah, let's hit him with it.
Number 1.
Yours was extremely personal.
Yeah.
Mine is not. Mine is the exact opposite. There's nothing. I have nothing but love, respect. If I see this dude at Whole Foods, I'll be like, "Yo, what's up? How you doing?" But there's a reason, right? There's a reason why in the wee hours of the night I was compelled to text Boy Green and say, "Hey, man, let's do this topic." Right? That's not every day. I like to get sleep. Right? It's not every day that I'm up at the wee hours. All right, thinking about the Jets. They not even playing. The football season's over.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
But that is what happened. And earlier that day, I was trying to educate what seemed to be hundreds of people on this point. And I might as well, share it with my favorite show in the world, Boy Green Meets Wudi.
Sure. Yeah.
And again, like I said, it's nothing personal. There was actually a time where I said, well, he might actually be the best option to be drafted by the New York Jets, right? But he was not. And now, just a mere 4 years later, people are saying, "Oh, let's go out there and sign Justin Fields." And I'm saying, why? why are we doing that? Why are we signing Justin Fields, yo? Justin Fields is not a good quarterback, like literally almost at all. Like literally almost at all. And you guys want to talk about, under the right coaching, he could be something. Do we have the right coaching? Do you know we have the right coaching? You know anything about Tanner Eggstrand? Other than his name sounds like a type of egg Benedict Eggstrand. I don't even know nothing about this man. No, nothing. And you're gonna say, let's bring in Justin Fields. He might have his best year. His best year still wouldn't even be that good, right? Because he's had 0 good seasons in the NFL. Let's talk about some things. All right. Tyrod Taylor. People want to talk about Tyrod Taylor. He's always hurt, blah, blah, with his next injury. Okay. So we're going to bring in the Iron Man, Justin Fields, who has never played a full game. He's missed at least 3 games every single year of his career. Is that
full season? Is that what you meant? He's never played a full season. Is that what you meant?
Oh yeah, sorry.
He said full game. I was like, damn, he left every game of his career. Okay, yeah, I got you.
No, sorry. He's never played a full season. He's missed at least 3 games every single season. Wow. Right. Never even threw for 3,000 yards. Never even threw for 2,600. Like what are you guys talking about? 2,600. You guys are. I feel like I don't even want to say. I don't want to say. No, I'll take a step back. Let me breathe. All right, now this is what you guys said to me last year, right? You guys said to me, "Oh, he was doing work with the Steelers, right? He led them. He led them to a 4-2 record with the Steelers, bro. These 6 games, Justin Fields played with the Steelers. He didn't even throw 150 yards for 4 games." 150 yards, Boy Green. We was getting on Aaron Rodgers because of 300. Run 300. He couldn't even throw 150 in 4 out of the 6 games he played. And you guys might say, well, yeah, but that's because he's a runner. What are you talking about? Come on, dual threat, all-purpose stats. The boy couldn't even run. He's not even running like that. He's not even running like that. He had 2 games of 50-plus yards. Didn't even have 60 rush yards during that 6-game span. And you're saying, oh, well, that's just 6 games. All right. Well, let's pull up some people that have had 60 rush yards in their first 6 games of the season. Same amount as Justin Fields has played. We're talking about Kyler Murray, right? Somebody who I just said before. Jaden Daniels, rookie, first 6 games ever, right? He's out here rushing. Jalen Hurts. We got Lamar Jackson. And then I ran out of time because we had to start the show. So here we go. Justin Fields. He's not the elite runner he's good. He's a very good runner. He is not at all a good passer. He cannot complete simple passes. If you sign Justin Fields to the New York Jets, what you are getting is Black Zach Wilson. And the last thing that I know will be said, because he was actually on Boy Green's list. He was on your list last week.
Yeah.
And you said, the Garrett Wilson reunion.
Yeah.
And that's a good point. That's a good point, right? We want Garrett to be happy, right?
Damn straight. Yeah.
Now let me go to the last time Justin Fields had a wide receiver one. It was actually just last year. It was George Pickens. 6 games with Justin Fields. George Pickens had over 70 yards twice.
Okay.
Had under 30 yards twice.
Hey, what about the year? Did he have DJ Moore for a year when they traded back from 1 to 9 with the Panthers? Right. What about that DJ Moore?
Yeah,
year?
he had DJ Moore, but we talking about this is the recent Justin Fields, and you guys want me to overhype? Is that not what we're talking about? Recent Justin Fields, right? You look at Russ. Russ took that same team, and Pickens was getting 70 yards almost every game. He had 0 under 30. All right, the boy can't throw. Is Garrett still going to be hyped when 10 games in he's at 400 yards? Is he still going to be hyped?
Well, hey, everyone talked about Aaron Rodgers breaking the 300-yard drought. Hey, Justin Fields threw for 300 yards on September 29th against the Colts. Huh?
Yeah, okay. 1 game and then the rest under 150. So is that the type of consistency that you're looking for, Boy Green?
And then the game before, you had 245 yards passing. So there's 2.
Yeah, 2 out of 6. So 33%. Okay, so let's do that. Let's sign him up for this year. And you get 6 games of 200 yards, and then the rest of them will get under 150. Does that sound like a good plan?
Well, no.
But Justin Fields is not the answer. I really don't understand. And like you get him for a year, right? That's right, the suggestion. So are we tanking? Are we tanking for Arch? If that's the plan, I'm not gonna lie, sign me up. We can take for Arch. We can take for Arch. But if you're trying to like develop players, right? Hopefully you're adding receivers and you're adding tight ends, and you want the team to develop. Olu, right? You need him to develop as a left tackle. If that's the goal, then there's literally not even one reason to get Justin Fields on this team. And again, it's not disrespect whatsoever. He's just not a good football player. He's not.
I would just say this, and I think I've said this before on this show and other shows about Justin Fields. I think having Justin, same sort of thing as Jameis Winston, would be wildly entertaining for the disaster crashes that happen. Justin has these implosion interceptions that are really bad. He's going to have some breakaway runs. Now, you mentioned the lack of running that happened in Pittsburgh. I think it's because he was like a dog that you're training, and then this is going to sound disrespectful comparing just
it already does.
Dog, but I just mean like you're training a dog and you like yell at it not to piss on the carpet. You're like, God damn it, son of a... and you keep doing it. So he almost played scared of like not running because he was almost like, I don't know if it was Mark Sanchez red card, green card, yellow card of like when he was allowed to take risks. But I think that's how they controlled the running game and didn't really allow him to do what he did in Chicago. Because in Chicago, he was running buck wild.
He had double-digit carries in multiple games. He had 11, he had 10, he had 14, but he wasn't running for much.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that they weren't allowing him to run. He was running.
Yeah, maybe the way I mean it is more so in the looseness of scrambles, of like backyard football, draw play in the dirt. Someone joked earlier, one read Fields or one read Justin, whatever the joke is about how he looks, he's not open, I'm running, shoot. Like Pittsburgh, I think more of them when they ran him, it was like a design quarterback run that had middling success, to your point, as opposed to some of the craziness that he did before. But hey, now, so there's the 5. Number 5, Joe Flacco for me. Number 4, Daniel Jones. Number 3, Jimmy Garoppolo. Number 2, Drew Lock. Number 1, Mac Jones. Of the top 5 quarterbacks, I would avoid if I was the New York Jets as Aaron Rodgers replacement options. Run us through one more time, Woody.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta pull it up. I had Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Shadur Sanders. My boy, Kyler Murray.
Sure.
Daniel Jones, who's nobody's boy. I guess our dad's boy.
Apparently.
And then Justin Fields, a lot of overrated. Even Boy Green just now said middling success. The boy, he has had no success. He has been terrible. He has been absolute poo-poo. All right. And you guys really want him to be the QB1 of this team. This is just unbelievable.
Yeah. I would say you mentioned unpopular. I think he's one of the more of all the names, right? We're all hemming and hawing. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be this guy, this guy, this guy? I think the most popular name is Justin Fields. If I had to poll the universe of Jet fans, I think the most popular answer would be like, yeah, Justin Fields. I guess he's the guy based on the chatter. So
100%, which is why I was stewing at the wee hours of the night and said, Boy Green, let's talk about it, because I'm literally not seeing what they are seeing. I'm not seeing it. And again, long-term, short-term, if the plan is to tank for Arch, boy, bring on Justin Fields. I'll watch that boy scramble. It's all good. If we get Arch. If the plan is anything else, then go back to Boy Green's other 4 options. He had 4 fantastic options that weren't Justin Fields, or go back to my 5. So you got 9 players to choose from.
All right, let us know in the comments section if we missed any quarterback that we should be avoiding that we didn't include in the top 5. Put them in the comment section. We'll interact with those comments, certainly here on the program. Or if you agree or disagree with certain ones on the list, also throw that down in the comment section. We have 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. We appreciate the people that watch after the fact as well. Wudi, final thoughts?
Yeah, I'll say because you just mentioned Jameis, the minute mentions of Jameis. Obviously, Jameis would be a whole lot of fun. But I think people underrate, like they say 30 for 30, right? And they're like, like Jameis,
ESPN, right?
But he threw 30 touchdowns. Like Jameis Winston is like an electric QB. He makes big time throws every game. He is making big time throws. Everybody's gonna eat, right? Garrett Wilson might have 1,800 yards. I think not too much respect is put on Jameis's ability to play the position. The problem with Jameis is that the pick six is you're not going to win as much as you should. So that's essentially the problem. But he is a fun option. I don't think you would be seeing that same type of fun with the names that we have said. Yeah, cool run here there, but we're not going to be eating like Jameis Winston as QB1 of the Jets. That's a fantasy. Get Garrett in fantasy, get everybody in fantasy because the whole team is eating, and I'll be eating. I'll be on my couch eating some wins. Go. So, that's my final thought. I've had a lot of fun. Jameis Winston would be a lot of fun. And let me know at the James Wudi, this handle right here. Blow up my inbox. Let me know why Fields is still your guy after all the facts that I've just laid on today.
Please do, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again. Boy Green Meets Woody hits you back on Thursday at 3:00. It's the mailman thing: snow, sleet, rain, or hail, or blizzard. We'll be here on the show. So again, that'll be at Thursday at 3:00. I'll be back on tomorrow morning with Nick Ferria, Jets reporter from Athlon Sports, at 7:30 a.m. for Boy Green Daily. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will see you soon. Take care.